Well, good morning, everybody. It was great to talk to Mark Collins yesterday, and hopefully we'll have another chat with him on Saturday with Pete, um, and round up a few other um, interesting characters to join us, I'm sure. But obviously, the John Farrack article about the Ricky Hochstetler case was very interesting. Here's Erekose's video, or one of the videos dedicated to Ricky Hochstetler. So I'm just going to hand it over to the dude, or shall we call him the Reverend Erekose. You'll see what I mean at the start. Let's see if I can share screen. Go to Ricky Hochstetler. Share sound would be helpful, I suppose. Click on share, and hopefully everything is working okay. So let's just click on play. And as I say, hand it over to the Reverend Erekose.
We are gathered here today to remember a fine young man named Ricky Hochstetler. A young man who was taken from this earth and his family at 17 years of age. Today, January 10th, 2017, is the 18th anniversary of his tragic death by hit and run. What you guys are all seeing here on the screen right now is a shrine built by his family that to this day still cares very much about him and still cares very much to find out what happened to him. I just want to say real quick for my MAM subscribers, you might want to just stick around and check out this video. You might find some of the names in it interesting. But this video is about Ricky, and it's completely about Ricky, so I won't be mentioning that again. The thing about Ricky's case is that I feel Ricky was failed by the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department and a poor investigation. A lot like another investigation that we all may be aware of. Investigative avenues were ignored. They failed to request DCI services. They even lied to Ricky's mother and told her that DCI didn't help with these types of hit and run cases, only with murder cases, which was totally untrue. It really seems, though, when I'm, reading some of the documents of this case, it really seems that with the rise of rumors that an off-duty sheriff could have been the culprit, it seems that the investigation was abandoned. But not closed. But it wasn't really closed. It was kept open. It was at this point that Ricky's mother, she began to hear things. People were calling her and talking to her. And she was beginning to ask her own questions. In 2004, she was told by James Link that DCI assistance was not available in Ricky's case, as I said before, because it was a hit and run and not an actual murder. Well, she called DCI and found that neither Link nor Bushman had ever informed DCI of this case. The first that DCI had heard any mention of this case at all was in 2002 when Ricky's mother had called DCI and spoke to Special Agent Zagowski. Ricky's mother informed Link of her call with DCI and how they have special resources for recreating car crashes and hit and runs. It was then that Link requested DCI assistance 5 years after Ricky's death. So I'm going to end up going here through the basic timeline of Ricky's case. I'm going to be showing you guys some documents kind of as we go. Some things that I think are interesting. Just documents that show Link, investigation reports showing Link and the conversations that he had with Ricky's mom and the eventually the request that he finally made to DCI. which is the Department of Criminal Investigations in Wisconsin there. So we're going to start with on January 10th, 1999 at 2:20 a.m., Ricky is struck on a county highway 50 yards from his house. The driver of the striking car fled the scene, and we have no idea where that person is. Well, that person has not been definitively proven yet. Anyways, January 10th, 1999, an off-duty Robert Herman was called out to the scene by Lieutenant Bushman who, in the middle of the night, and he leaves with some grill pieces and is gone for several hours. January 10th, 1999, early in the morning, Herman declares the striking vehicle was a late model Chevy truck, Blazer or Suburban. January 15th, 1999, some newer style car parts are found over by Ricky's driveway, but they are deemed irrelevant to the case or the investigation. Now I'm going to show you guys a little clip of something that I came across in the documents when I was reading through the documents. Still studying up on this case, I will say, but this is something I found pretty much early on, and I just thought it was interesting because it's a familiar name that we all know. Okay, so just throwing this in because I thought it was interesting, familiar names, you know what I'm saying? So, on 1/17/99 at 14:30 hours, I, Lieutenant Bushman, received a phone call from Deputy A. Colburn at my residence in reference to a possible tip to the location of the fatal hit-and-run vehicle. A phone call was placed from Officer Poggle of CASO to MTSO in reference to the investigation of the hit-and-run accident. He stated he used to own a vehicle matching this description. It would have been a 1985 Chevy Suburban with the gray stripe down the side. He went on to state that he would have sold the vehicle to a female by the name of Brenda Zilka. He stated Zilka is an exotic dancer, stripper, and may have been working in the area. However, he does not know that for sure. He stated he has not seen the vehicle in the area or parked at her residence since the reported accident. Officer Poggle went on to state that recently he ran into Zilka and had a chance to speak with her. He stated he was just goofing around and mentioned something about the incident and his Suburban. She stated immediately that the vehicle was broken down somewhere up north, and this occurred on 11/9 of 98. Officer Poggle felt this was quite strange as she would recall the exact date of the occurrence. He thought it would be a good idea if we attempted to contact and verify that the vehicle, wherever it was parked, was actually undamaged. Okay, are you kidding me? Look at this adorable kid. Look at how adorable this kid was, man. Look at that little pirate. I'm jealous. He has a better beard than I do. Anyways, no, he does look adorable there, though. I know. That Ricky's mother remembers, him, and she remembers moments like that. Probably all kinds of moments like that. We're just seeing that one. But, adorable. He's absolutely, he's the coolest little pirate I've ever seen. But anyway, getting back to the timeline here. We move on from the January 17th, Poggle calling in his tip, we move on to January of 1999, where Tom Kosarik decides not to canvass local bars and bowling alleys and diners for any kinds of leads or suspects, and they do not set up any checkpoints or anything after, in that area the night, after that night when Ricky was killed. In the summer of 1999, the investigation flounders and the Manitowoc Sheriff's Office has no suspects. November of 1999, during an interview with the victim's stepfather, Ricky's stepfather, Lieutenant Mike Bushman raises the possibility Ricky was killed by an off-duty sheriff's deputy. Bushman wanted to gauge the stepfather's reaction to a cover-up by the sheriff's department. In 2002, Kim Peterson states openly, short of a confession to the hit and run, this case will go unsolved. In January of 2004, Bushman and Detective Link deny Ricky's mother her request to review her son's police reports. It was explained to her that the details would be too graphic for her to deal with emotionally. So what I'm going to show you now are some documents where we're going to see that Link didn't ever bother contacting the Department of Criminal Investigation. He lied to the victim's mother, Ricky's mother, and said that the DCI couldn't help. So I'm going to show you those documents now, and we'll come back. Okay, I want to point out here, when it says Hochstetler, it's referring to Ricky's mother. So Hochstetler stated that she asked about the possibility of the Wisconsin Department of Justice getting involved in the investigation, and that Detective Link told her that the state would not get involved because a car was involved and it was only a hit and run case. She said Detective Link told her he checked into that already, but that he could not remember who he had talked to. Hochstetler stated that after the meeting, she contacted Special Agent Zakowski, who gave her the number of a supervisor, Director Kelly, in Madison to determine whether or not the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department ever made a federal request for assistance from DCI. Hochstetler stated that she contacted the supervisor, who told her that the only record of her son's death was a conversation that Hochstetler herself had with Special Agent Zakowski in December of 2002. Hochstetler stated after her conversation with Director Kelly that she called Detective Link. Hochstetler said Detective Link told her he would call DCI and request their assistance. Hochstetler stated that at some point after her conversation with Detective Link, Special Agent Zakowski contacted her and told her he would be reviewing the case. Okay, so this just shows it's a report filled out by Special Agent Zakowski showing that, Link finally did file for some help with them. On February 20th, 2004, he even notes in there that it's 5 years after the incident took place and everything. So at this point, Special Agent Zakowski was assigned to look into this cold case and see what was going on with it, and if there was any help that DCI could possibly give, particularly Ricky's mother in this case. February of 2004. After speaking with the victim's mother, Ricky's mother, Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigation agrees to probe this cold case. DCI hears rumors about off-duty deputy sheriff committing the crime, possibly. August of 2004. During questioning, Rob Herman, Manitowoc undersheriff, tells DCI he was not involved. September of 2004. DCI closes its probe, finding no evidence against Herman or his family. 2006. Ricky's mother starts a website seeking help from the public. 2009. July of 2009. DCI Director Craig Clive reopens investigation into Robert Herman. October of 2009. Herman's former girlfriend can't remember whether Rob Herman was home the night Ricky died or not. DCI probe reaches an impasse and the investigation is halted. January of 2016. Ricky's mom meets with Andrew Colburn to review her son's case file. He gives little reassurance that the case will ever be solved given 17 years have passed. According to Colburn, the culprit might be an undocumented worker who fled the country or a taxi driver who died in 2006. Now we're going to take a look at some of the DCI documents regarding Robert Herman, and we are also going to see a letter written by an inmate by the name of Stephen Avery. Okay, so this is just a document basically where it's generated by the Department of Criminal Investigation, basically stating that they are now taking a look at Robert Herman and doing an investigation to see if he had any connection to the Ricky Hochstetler hit and run. So that's what this is, and you can see right there his name on the paperwork. So just thought I'd show you that. Do you know I am cursing the sheriff for murder? He was drunk with his van and he hit a 17-year-old boy on LS in Manitowoc back in 1999. and the case is still open to this day. He had to destroy his van. Write back, send hugs and kisses. Love, your friend, Stephen Avery. And that is basically Stephen Avery, an inmate, referring to Robert Herman. Okay, hello. So I had to show Little Ricky again. I think Little Ricky as the pirate was awesome. Anyways, I just wanted to make a plea to my subscribers or anybody that ends up watching this video. If you have any inclination at all, to go ahead and dig into the case files on this. I'm going to leave the link to the case files down below so that you can easily navigate to the police reports and the DCI reports and all the various lab testing and stuff. Because, Ricky was a good kid. And as you know, he had a family that loved him very much. And they still are very passionate about finding out what happened. And I think they deserve to know. So if you're watching my video, if you're one of my subscribers and you see some things in this video that give you some pause and make you wonder, then I would say go ahead and go down to the information below this video and click the link and start reading the files on Ricky's case. I'm reading them. I'm not all the way done with them, but I'm reading them. And hey, the more eyes we get on this, the more we see, because we already know a lot about these particular cast of players. We already know about this cast of characters and other things that they've done. Some of the characters that didn't get mentioned are like Yost. He's in these reports. Obviously Colburn and Lank. Various others. As you start reading, you'll see a lot of familiar names. Remaker. Anyways, lots of familiar names that you're going to recognize if you read these reports. But I would implore everybody to please do, because please help this family if you can. Let's dig into these reports. Let's see what can be uncovered there. It's unfortunate. And hopefully we can get somebody from the area in the Wisconsin there. Somebody that knows something or saw something that has previously stayed quiet. Might just come forward and say something. Might go down to DCI and offer some information or something like that. I really hope for that. I really pray for that. I want Ricky and his family to get some closure and some justice on this. They really deserve it. So if you're interested, you can search the Ricky Hochstetler's name on Facebook. There is a group for him. You could go in there and chat there and get information and chat with people that have been researching this case already. There is also a website that was created by his family, if you don't do Facebook or something like that. But like I said, in the info below, in the information below this video, there will be a link to the documents, the reports, and all that stuff in the case. And you can take a look into those, and you can start reading those, because like I said, I'm reading them already. Plenty of people have been reading them. And the more eyes, the better, obviously. So I just want to express my deepest sympathies to Ricky's family. I know that they loved him very much. I can tell that they really, really cared about Ricky, and they continue to care about Ricky. So please, everybody, let's try to give them a help on this if we can. Any kind of help we can give them. More eyes, the better. Thank you for watching.
So I'll do the same. I'll pop the 3 links below. The Ricky Hochstetler case documents are actually within the Stephen Avery case.org documents. There's a Ricky Hochstetler webpage, and there's a Ricky Hochstetler Facebook page. So I'll do likewise and pop the links in the description below, so that you can check them out. Okay, catch you all again soon. I'm about to do another video, which I think will be quite interesting, a series of videos, thanks to an article sent to me by our great friend Michael Cicchini. Okay, catch you all soon. Bye for now.